Hi everyone, it's Debbie with Book and Bujo. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. Today I want to go through my 2026 goals. You will have just seen my reading journal setup for the new year, and in that I have the Wandering Library, and this is going to be my goals for the year. And I did get my goals written out, so I wanted to go through those with you today. To start with, I want to read more books physically. I do a lot of audiobooks. I also do a lot of ebooks, and physical reading is actually the slowest way for me to read. I don't know why it takes me longer to read physical books than it does to read digital books, because it's the same amount of words on the page, but it does. And so I want to read more books physically. For a minimum, I want to read 12 physical books in 2026. So at least one physical book every month. And I know some of the books on my shelves I am able to get the audiobook for. And so I tend to listen to the audiobook because it's faster and then I can read more. But I want to slow down a little bit and read a little bit more physically. My next goal is, of those 12 books, I want to annotate one per quarter. So I want to annotate 4 of those 12 books that I read physically, which means they may be shorter books. They may be rereads. Most likely will be a reread. I think I'd rather read through the book first and then go through and really break it down and annotate it. I don't know if I want to just jump right into a book and annotate it, mainly because I've never really done it before. I mean, I've highlighted and underlined and that kind of thing, like when I'm studying for school and things like that, but I've never taken a book and done the tabs and all of that kind of thing. That's one of my goals, and one of the personal curriculum items that I have is to learn how to annotate and then actually annotate one book per quarter. So that would give me 3 months to actually read and annotate the books. The one I really want to start with, which is not really a great place to start because it's a really big book, but I do love it. And I have reread it a couple times. I think I've read it at least twice, possibly 3 times now. And that is The Sword of Kaigan. I do have a paper, I'm not going to mess up my pretty edition, but I do have a paperback copy of this way up there. And I will probably annotate that one, but I think I want to wait, and maybe I'll do that one as my 3rd or 4th book, kind of dip my toes in and get a couple tries first before I go into this one. So I was thinking maybe start with The Fall by Ryan Cahill. That would be a good one because it's a novella and it's short. But again, the edition I have is a really pretty one. The other one I have is an ebook. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about this a little. Oh, you know what? Mrs. Dalloway might be a good option, because it's a little bit shorter, and this one is really fun. I really do like this one. This one might be an interesting place to start. If you have a suggestion of a good place to start with annotating, let me know. And if there's a good easy book that kind of is a good way to dip your toes in, let me know that one as well. I would love any suggestions. My next goal is to read less and review more. I used to review every single book that I read, and then last year I kind of went off the rails. It got to the point where I was reading so much there was no way I could keep up with reviews for all of the books. And this year I barely reviewed any books, and I want to get back into doing that because it's good practice to really pay attention to what you're reading and what you got out of it and what you loved about the book that you want to convey to someone else. And I did not really do that at all this year. And so I want to get back into that. So instead of reading 200 plus books, I'd rather read 100 books and review all 100, or read 75 books and review all 75. So that's kind of my goal. That was kind of my goal this year too, and that did not happen at all. I ended up participating in way too many readathons and challenges and really getting in there, and I'm already kind of doing that at the beginning, but I think I want to back off on that and not read so many really tiny books and just do the bare minimum for readathons and really get into the reading and annotating and reviewing and all of that kind of process, critical thinking behind all of the books, that kind of thing. Next goals slash projects is craft projects. So I actually want to do some really good craft projects throughout the year. And the first one is going to be my book blanket. I would love to crochet a bookish blanket, so kind of a genre blanket. And I'm still kind of trying to decide how I want to do this. I need to figure out soon. But I think I want to do the granny squares. And each granny square will be a certain color and also have a certain symbol or icon, whatever, in the middle, like a star, a moon, a sun, a bird, something like that. And one of the color, the symbol, maybe even the border would be a different color. So I could do the genre, the star rating I gave it, and the month that I read it in. So that would be the three things. Yeah, so the border color, the symbol, and the color of the rest of the square. Those are the three things. Which I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go with it. I think the border would be nice to have as the month. So like maybe January is purple and February is blue and so on and so forth. And then the color of the rest of the square would be the genre that it is. And then whatever symbol is in the middle, that would correspond to the star rating. Either that or the symbol would be the genre and the color would be the star rating. I think I might go with that because it's easier to find more symbols than to get way too many colors of yarn. So I think if I narrow it down to just 5 colors of yarn for the most part, and then create a bunch of different symbols to go in the middle of it. That's my thought. That was very rambly. Sorry. And I'll get my brain around it at some point. I also want to try and finish all of the diamond paintings that I have. Currently I only have one, but I know I'm going to be getting at least one more for Christmas, plus a couple other crafty things, some like the cute little book nook things that you can make. I think I'm getting a couple of those as well. So that's on my list of doing a craft. So I want to finish a craft every quarter at minimum, every month at maximum, I think. And then also get back into trying to do a watercolor or some kind of sketching art project every quarter. So maybe an art project every quarter, a crochet project every quarter, and a diamond painting every quarter. So that would give me something for each month. The next goal is more of a channel goal, and that is to set up a Discord server for Book and Bujo. I was hoping to do one for 2025, but again, I let reading quantity of books outweigh everything else. So I want to get back into quality over quantity and actually set up a Discord server so we can have a place for buddy reads and a book club book eventually, and just a nice environment to be able to come together and chat with each other about a whole bunch of different things: food, books, friends, music, other activities you like to do, and crafts and hobbies and all of that. And so that is another goal. My next one is to create a printable, and I was struggling this year to figure out what the best place to do that. Like, do I do Canva? Where do I sell it? And like all of those kind of things, but also ones that I could give out for free and things like that. So that's another one. And some of the items I was thinking was like my Bible reading tracker. I know a lot of people ask about that one, as well as how I set up my TBRopoly game and the board and all of that, and have a printable for some of those, and also some instructions and things like that that I could either just give away or sell. And there's a few other ideas I have kind of brimming in my brain right now. And then I have a page goal and a star goal. So my page goal for the year, like instead of a book goal, like I want to read so many books, I think I want to have a page goal instead. And I think I'm setting the bar low because I want to read quality over quantity. And I think I'm going to set it at 70,000. That seems very doable. And I'm kind of leaning towards maybe 8 books a month-ish, somewhere in there. 8 to 12, I think no more than 12 books a month, because I was going up to like 20 to 30 books a month, and it's just too much. It's just too much. I'm letting a lot of other things slide and just doing reading, and I don't want to do that anymore. And then for the star goal, so that's how many stars I give to books: 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, etc. I want to try and have 600 stars by the end of 2026. And I got this idea from Ash from Books to Ashes, and I will link her channel down below. And she also has printables for this. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's getting close to his food time, so he's coming in to tell me to hurry up. Yes, Books to Ashes. She has a printable for the stars, and you can print out anywhere from, I think she has like 200, 300, 400, and 500, I think. So I just printed out 2 of the 300 ones, and I will put that in my journal and kind of color them in as I read all of the different books. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I thought it was a great idea. So thank you, Ash, for coming up with that. My next goal is to focus on completing series, or at least continuing series, and reading down my own TBR. So all of these, all of the ones I have on here, and get that down to a more manageable level. Now, my physical books, I have under 120. I think it was 112, maybe somewhere right in there, of all of the books I own that I have not read yet. So that's not too bad, but my digital books are out of control. I need to fix that. So I would like to try and read down my TBR by 13% by the end of the year. And that's not too bad. I don't think that's, I forgot to write down what that actually was. But 13% of 112, it's not too bad. I think it's doable. And then I want to try and complete 13 series. That's a little harder, but not awful, because I do have quite a few series where I only have 1 book left, or a book and a novella, or 2 books. So that's not too bad either. I think it's fairly doable, especially since I have a lot of my special editions on my 26 and 2026 list. So that should help. It should help me complete series and read down my TBR. That's my hope. And the last 2 goals are channel goals as well. So I would like to try and be brave and put myself out there and look into doing channel memberships, or like the coffee patrons or something like that. So I need to do some research into what platform I would like to use. Most likely not Patreon. I've seen a lot of people getting off of that because there had been some changes going on with that, but I think the YouTube memberships or the coffee patron memberships, something like that, maybe. And these are all by the end of 2026, so we'll see how I do and how brave I get. And then the other one is to do some more research on setting up some kind of marketplace where I could sell some printables and other things like that. If I come up with other ideas that I want to either sell or give away for free, I want to have a place where you would be able to easily find that, as well as links to supplies I use, books that I've been reading and I love, things like that. I want to have that someplace where it's easily accessible for you. And that is the main goals that I have for 2026. And I would love to have you help keep me accountable to these. So if you think about it during the year, mention it and see how I'm doing with all of these goals. And I will try and have a mid-year update, and then again another update at the end of 2026. So thank you so much for joining me today, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other bookish content, because it really does help my channel when you hit the like button, and especially when you comment down below. And if you don't have anything to say but you would like to help support me, go ahead and leave a star emoji in the comments to let me know that you're here. And I just thank you so much for always being here and joining me. I appreciate it so much, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much. And until next time, keep reading. Bye.